You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akrama Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Celebrity Apprentice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV Celebrity Apprentice After Show.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kimlai, and we are here for the season finale of Celebrity Apprentice. Season 12, episode 14. And I have two amazing people joining me this evening. We have Kristen, Carney. Shout out. Woo. Alina, Akrama. Shout out.
Thanks, Kimlai.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, we're excited.
I know. This was a really, really, really good episode. I'm really glad the finale was live. But before we get going, talking about the recap, our opinions on what happened on the show, we want to thank everybody that is downloading on iTunes. Thank you for sharing with a friend, and thank you for leaving comments. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, we want to do a little plug for Bing.com. Bing, if you are unfamiliar, has taken over MSN search. So anytime you are online and you need a search engine, go to Bing.com, because that's what AfterBuzz does. Okay, Kristen, I'm going to take it away and tell us a little bit about Amazon.
Oh, okay. Well, Amazon is amazing because it's hooked up with AfterBuzz TV. So if you guys ever want to buy yourself anything, I know I don't buy people things because I have no money. And if I'm going to buy anything, it's going to be for myself. And I'm going to do it through AfterBuzzTV.com. You just click the Amazon logo, and there you go. You are take it away, and you can buy amazing things for yourself.
Awesome, awesome. And then we have another sponsor that we just got on board as well called, oh my gosh, you were supposed to do it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was like, what?
I can improvise. This is ad-libbing.
Gamefly.
So tell us about Gamefly. Well, so Gamefly, because all I do is sit at home and buy myself things and play video games. And
it's Kristen again.
Because I'm a winner. Yeah, you guys, actually Gamefly is amazing because it's like renting. It's like the Netflix of gaming. So if you don't want to own the DVD of the movie you're going to watch because you're only going to watch it once. So it's Gamefly. So you just go through
video games.
Yeah. So
you beat the game. What's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
So is it like it's
so you can get rid of it? It's like a woman. Like you use her, you throw it away.
Oh my gosh, nice. Yeah, I don't really collect DVDs, or I don't like to watch things twice.
Yeah. So if you guys want to get 15 days free of usage of games or women, just go to Gamefly.com/AfterBuzzTV. And that's how you get 15 days free. And it's totally worth it because what are you doing anyway? You know, exactly.
Oh my gosh, Kristen. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, let's go ahead.
Oh, I love it.
Thanks for giving the plugs. Let's go ahead and get into Celebrity Apprentice. And tonight's episode is called And the Winner Is. So you guys, the final two. We continued from last week's task. And I thought it was interesting because last week we gave our predictions. And it was based on the opinions, our opinions of what we saw in the episode. And so a lot of us had switched from, because of what we saw, switched from Arsenio, or from Clay to Arsenio. And then we got a lot of flack.
Well,
or is it called slack? Flack or slack?
Flack.
Oh, we got
no. So we don't get slack. We get flack.
We got a little flack.
Flack is criticism. That's depending on who you like. You're just going to get it no matter what.
Yeah.
But I don't think we really switched though from Arsenio or from Clay to Arsenio because I know I've been on board with Arsenio pretty much the whole show. So it's been a steady ride for me. I know that I think we're seeing Clay more and Arsenio more. So our opinions developed a little bit, I think.
I think so. I mean, especially when you saw what happened last week, it honestly looked, everything was more in Arsenio's favor. So it was like, well,
They had a better time doing the task. The video
Right.
came out better. At least even before they started editing it, it looked better. The production value, the messaging. So
And the team was stronger. We kind of knew that from the get-go. You know, the combination of minds on that just seemed to have a little more chemistry than the minds on Clay, because there was more arguing, more clashing,
yes.
more looking for credit where credit isn't due on Clay's team. So with certain people.
We're talking about Debbie Gebson and Aubrey, by the way. Oh gosh, I said I wasn't going to say her name in this recap.
But we saw how the editing plays such a big impact in this show in Celebrity Apprentice, because we were left hanging with Magic Johnson footage that we all kind of know. We have brains. Like we know that the footage is going to come through, but they like to play with your mind. They really try to leave you on that cliffhanger. And it's kind of predictable a little bit at this point, because we know they're going to come through.
Yeah. There was no way you're going to have footage of Magic Johnson facing a completely different direction.
They're like,
I
now,
mean, I
Magic-
don't care who's shooting, a 10-year-old. Like,
Magic
just not going to film that.
They're like, can you just turn around so that we can just use
See your
butt
profile,
Yeah, we
yeah.
just want to hear your butt talking.
Well, and Alina, you said last week, I mean, it's a 2-shot. So
Yeah,
we
exactly.
only saw
Right.
the 1 shot. So we all kind of knew.
I mean, if you're not
Come on.
familiar with TV production or the way film crews work, you know, they don't know that there's always going to be 2 cameras for the most part in these types of environments. So you don't know that at home. My mom probably wouldn't know that, and she would be
Yeah,
on the
I
edge
get
of her
it.
seat, you know?
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
yeah.
But I think you also with that, because they were so worried, you know, if it was going to be camera right or camera left. I mean, they were so didn't know. You know, they did it a bunch of different ways to make sure
Right.
that they got the right one.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't think that was a good
And-
edit for us to see. It was just like, oh, come on.
Predictable for
We
us.
know that that's not what's going to happen.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
You know?
The video was really cute, I thought, though. I thought it was funny, and their message came across. Did you guys like it?
Well, okay. You guys, we were just talking about how Arsenio's team was so cohesive last week. And then so the beginning of Apprentice today was the final, the other half of their project, of the 2 of them working together. And it seemed to me, and I want to know your opinion too, it seemed that Arsenio's team started falling apart a little bit because him and Adam, I mean, there was obviously some stress in the edit bay. And then Clay's team started, which, how did we not know this was going to happen? Clay's team started bonding a little
yeah.
bit more. So what did
Right.
you guys know that was going to happen? Were you?
I didn't think so. And I didn't think that Aubrey was going to be so supportive of Clay. Did you notice that she kissed him on her way out of the boardroom? I was
Okay,
like,
all right.
What's going on here?
She did?
we're
I
not-
mean, I
Yeah.
noticed
Okay.
she kissed him during. Okay, but we're yeah. Okay, we'll
No,
get to that. We'll
wait,
get to that.
no. Let me just really quick, because I know I'll forget to say it when we get there.
Okay.
The reason she kissed Clay was
to
because
look
she
good.
doesn't like Arsenio, and she wanted to show Clay, you're great, because I want Arsenio to realize how much I hate him, and that if Arsenio wasn't here and someone else, I wouldn't kiss Clay. But now that Arsenio's here, I really should kiss Clay, because then that makes my point come across that I really don't like Arsenio, and that I think anyone who's not Arsenio is great.
And she always wants to look good in front of Donald Trump
Right.
Right.
and family.
I do think there's always an agenda with her too. It just it's
Agenda.
every single thing she does. It seems like there is an agenda behind everything she does. Nothing is just done to just be done.
Right.
There's always
It's
an
not.
agenda.
It's not
Yeah.
always genuine, and I don't think that was definitely. She didn't have nice things to say when she was working for him. So
Yeah, she criticized Clay throughout the
Task.
task, or I mean, throughout the entirety of the season. So
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even during the task last week's episode, when they were starting it,
Right,
so
and
did
all of a
Debbie's,
sudden,
everyone
when it's
wasn't
the right-
getting along.
exactly, and when it's the right moment to like Clay, then she will, like Clay. But anyway, back to the beginning of the episode.
Okay, so you guys, the event begins. And I'm going to tell you guys that are listening to us right now on iTunes, or that are going to download listening to us live, that they set up the 2 teams. And so Arsenio's team was in one area and Clay's team was in another area, and it was separated by a curtain. And so the Clay's team was about the music show. And then Arsenio's team was the variety show. Which one did you guys like, the setup? Because there was all that drama on Clay's team about the wall and Debbie's breakdown last week. And then Arsenio, of course, had Teresa doing the setup for his entire room. Which setup did you guys like better?
I think Clay's setup looked like they put more effort into it. It's not necessarily my style, a carnival theme. That's kind of childish.
Kristen didn't like it either.
Yeah, I know.
But And Arsenio's party just looked like more of an adult party. So
it almost looked like our walls in here. It was like blue and white. It kind of had it had an LA vibe.
Yeah, it looked like a club.
It looked like more of a club. I thought,
but isn't that the vibe he was going for though? Because it had nothing to do with kids.
Well, the deal, I think, Magic Johnson is such a Los Angeles figure, and I think Los Angeles is that environment. When you picture going out in LA, you picture that scene. I thought he was going to do a blue and yellow theme kind of.
Oh, for the
purple
team
and
colors.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Wait, is it blue or yellow or
purple
and yellow?
Purple and yellow.
Gold.
Purple and gold. Whatever. I hate the Lakers. I hate the Lakers. I'm not going to give him credit. No, I thought he was going to theme
last
it.
night, by the way.
I know, heartbreaking.
Okay, go on.
I thought he was going to theme it a little bit more Lakery.
But maybe the foundation is blue and white.
Right.
I'm assuming it is like.
But I think to kind of drum up feelings of nostalgia or something, to really connect people to where it's from and who this guy's, where he's been and what his past is.
Right.
Anyway, that's what I thought.
So which one? You liked Clay's better or did you like Arsenio's better?
I thought they were both like okay. I wasn't wowed or enchanted by either of them really.
I didn't care for Clay's, that wall. There was such a big, and I know we saw what they edited, but I mean, it was such a big deal about Debbie's relative being able to, is she going to be able to do it? Can she actually paint? And so he wanted to see some sketches. And we were talking about this in there while we were watching the show. It's like, he just wanted to see that she could even paint. And it's like, I don't even get the breakdown at all last week. I mean, I don't even understand it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because the deal is, if this woman's a working professional, Debbie Gibson's cousin, which I'm sure she is, she'll have an online portfolio.
Exactly.
She'll have photos that she
picture.
can shoot from her phone through email that she sends to everybody every time she gets a job.
Right.
And Debbie Gibson was being a drama queen. It's not that difficult. And I understand that, she's like, just trust me. Well, it's like, we want to see something and I will trust you, but just do me the added benefit of taking 0.1 second to email me a picture of what you've done.
Yeah,
I mean,
thought
it's not
she
that
got
difficult.
no, and I thought she was just a little butthurt because Clay. It was. I mean, she was upset because he didn't trust her, and it's like you don't.
you're not
you don't even
dating.
know me long enough
You
to
don't-
trust me.
right.
What?
Right, we're not
They
getting
need
married.
to respect the fact that it's his project, that he has a lot on the line.
Right.
Just go with what he's saying.
Right. And here's the deal with this lady.
Debbie?
No,
Oh,
her
her
cousin, the painter. Debbie made it out like, I made her cancel all these things for this weekend. Guess what? She's going to get free advertising for her business on Celebrity
come on.
Apprentice in front of millions of
Exactly.
people.
There was
Exactly.
motivation to hiring her
Yeah,
cousin.
it's not like she's going out on a limb to help out Clay Aiken. It's like, it's not like she had to reschedule things more important than that. You know what I mean? Because it's like she's going to get so much promotion from this simple thing.
Well,
So.
and you know what though? We didn't even hear like the name of the company. Actually,
we didn't actually.
There was no name. You didn't even see her. I think you saw the back of the head. Was she that brunette?
Maybe
Well, they
she's in
showed-
credits.
Yeah, maybe she's incredible.
Well,
Maybe
probably,
we did,
but-
maybe we did see something though because when they showed the picture of her work where she does depth, like she had it
yeah,
on the
that ceiling.
I could have swore I saw a lower third on the TV stating maybe her name or something, or maybe like I may be making that up, but
I don't
I'd have to
remember.
go. We'd have to go back and watch it. But yeah, that's true. She didn't. But I'm sure people could Google
exactly or
Debbie
called
Gibson's cousin.
Exactly.
Whatever.
I wasn't impressed with. I didn't understand why if she had blocked out some things or canceled some things and was able to get the canvas done, and then everyone else, it was like a paint by number.
Yeah.
So I guess did she come in and like draw it?
Yeah.
And then everyone else was supposed to paint
And
it,
then
or
probably
did she didn't
directed
have
everybody.
a team of people painting it?
She
I
had a
think
team
she
of
did,
her own.
but it wasn't enough people and it wasn't enough time. So I don't know. A lot of effort for something that wasn't that amazing. It didn't make or break the party.
Right. It
us.
was
I don't-
cute, but like,
Yeah, I don't
Lately.
think it.
I highly doubt Donald Trump even noticed.
right.
Do you think he was like, this
Yeah.
mural, this is the reason Clay Aiken should be the next celeb apprentice?
I know, but
I think maybe on that team they didn't have much of a storyline and maybe had to pull one a little bit out of everybody. So maybe to give Debbie credit, maybe they egged her on a little bit to say,
Aubrey.
isn't that annoying that he won't just let you do it or something? Maybe they
Well,
pulled it out of her.
Aubrey
I think
obviously
Aubrey
jumped on her
pressured her to do the
bandwagon.
mural, period.
Yeah, yeah.
Because didn't she want to paint the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
was
I
her
think-
idea to begin with.
I'm glad that they didn't do that.
Yeah. But
There was nothing on Arsenio's walls, were there?
no, I mean I agree with Alina that Clay's room looked like it had more energy, effort put into it. Arsenio's was a little lackluster, but I do have to say I think the personalities within Arsenio's party made up for whatever was on Clay's wall.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, there was quite a few stars.
Yeah, it's just a
Whoopi
fun
and
environment. You know,
More adult.
Yeah,
And the show, I thought their show was way better than.
I agree. Yeah.
than Clay's. What did you guys think?
I really, really liked. Okay, I did like the singing. But I really liked the laughter too, the comedy. I think I would rather go to a comedy / variety show than I would rather go to. Well, I would like to go to a singing show, but not that one.
Right.
I just didn't think I wasn't really Aubrey. I'd never heard Aubrey sing, and so tonight, if it was the first time that anyone's heard her sing, I mean, it wasn't obviously very impressive.
She did that one for the. Not AAA, but the other company that does
The jingle.
The jingle. She sang the jingle, which sounded okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't.
Girl, we could all sing a jingle.
Yeah. I mean,
And it would
okay.
be okay.
I mean, I wasn't disappointed when I heard the jingle. I thought, oh, okay, she can hold a tune. But then tonight,
Right.
it was like, ay,
Yeah.
yikes.
And what did you think?
I didn't like the singing. I thought it was a little cheesy. I thought it was boring, and I don't know. I prefer watching comedy.
Yeah.
I want to
But
laugh.
if you guys think of the demographics, though, I mean, it's like who their crowd was. Because Clay, it needed to be a little cheesy because they were kids.
Gears towards
And
And
were,
it was carnival.
and there were claymates.
you know,
there.
oh my God.
Which I can't even believe I just used that phrase. I'll
That
never say that again in my life. I
was
apologize
hilarious.
anyone who thought I had
But
dignity.
the kids weren't at the charity event. It's just for kids. So
There were, yeah.
There were a couple kids.
There
like
were
that.
kids there because they were all playing the games and stuff. And then when they dropped the curtain, they were all still, it just combined the two.
okay.
Yeah.
See, I
Right?
didn't see that.
Yeah, I wonder if they maybe took the kids out for the comedy part because
Yeah,
it
'cause
wasn't.
Lisa's
pretty
mouth.
raunchy.
Yeah, it wasn't really appropriate for kids. I
No.
mean, I don't. I know his charity's kids, but you know, a nighttime event in New York City,
How did they let the cursing across on TV? Did you guys notice that?
they
How did they
bleeped
what?
it out.
Did they bleep it?
They did little mosaics over their mouths.
I mean, her whole mouth was bleeped like
Yeah.
for 3 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
And they knew. Come on, it's Lisa. I mean, they know. I see her like I know her. It was Lisa Lampanale.
Yeah.
And she every other word is going to be a cuss word.
Yeah.
I
So they know to
appreciated
bleep.
Donald Trump's sense of humor, though. He took it like a champ.
He did, but it took him a few seconds to get a smile going on a couple of them, and it made me anxious.
Oh yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
is
I
he
think
gonna go?
Adam Carolla. He
Yes.
said something that it was just like, oh my gosh, did he say that? Oh no, it was when I think Donald Trump had asked him. Okay, that's the boardroom. We're gonna get to that in a second. But Adam did say something that was crazy, and Lisa.
Well, they all picked on his hair. They all
His
made
hair
comments
and
about
his
his hairline.
morals.
And his
That's what
morals.
Adam picked on.
I feel like Lisa really. I mean, she took it to another level because his hair's
Well,
always getting talked about. But
That's what's kind of hard. You have to listen to the comedians. I mean, they know what each other are saying, but usually you should listen to the comedians before you because you don't want to
Yeah.
repeat any jokes or punchlines. And I think by the time Lisa got up, they'd already done a few jokes about Donald's hairline, and I think Lisa's was a little stale, but yet she's a pro, so she still went through it and didn't back down and bomb because she had the confidence of delivering it. But it was like, okay, we've already heard this joke pretty much like 3 times now, so I think maybe they should have thought out of the box. But it's his hair, and they all roast him. You know, he's already been.
He's always gonna get roasted.
He's been roasted.
He's-
Yeah.
I'm sure he's so over
Yeah,
it, I guess.
so-
which comedian? Did you guys have a preference on the comedians?
I liked
Which
Adam.
one?
Yeah, of course, Adam. Arsenio did a good job, though. He hasn't done stand-up comedy in 10 years.
Right.
That's a big feat. I mean, he said it's like riding a bike a little bit, but
I thought he kept it too safe.
he definitely did. But Arsenio is he's a safe guy. Adam is a comedian who
Adam is not safe.
No,
No.
he says politically incorrect things, and he's going to take the leap. Where Arsenio is more the guy like who your mom would like as a comedian as well. You know, so he's definitely safe. But he's sweet, and he's trying to get a late night talk show together. And you know, Jay Leno, who is obviously a late night king, he's really disliked amongst comedians because he's very
Jay
safe.
Leno is?
Oh God, yeah. Everybody dislikes Jay Leno in the business, if for the most part. So Arsenio, I think, leans towards more that side of like Jay, where David Letterman really goes out on a limb.
man.
When
I don't think he cares.
interviews Paris Hilton, he's a dick to Paris Hilton. When Jay Leno interviews Paris Hilton, he kisses her ass. That's why people don't really love Jay. If you're in the business, you kind of lean toward David Letterman because he's more of a real guy, and he also screwed over. Whatever, I won't get into it. But basically, all I'm saying is Arsenio is safer the way maybe Jay Leno would be, where he's not stepping on anyone's toes. He's going to keep it safe, keep it clean.
And I get it too because it's his project and he kind of wants to keep it all under wraps and
I
let the
think he had
comedians go out, do their thing. I'll just keep it kind of safe.
And he did make a point to say that, because Adam was like, "No, I'm going to come out and I'm going to roast you." And Arsenio really was like, "Don't do that, Adam. Please. That's the Adam show. That's the Adam vibe. I want the Arsenio vibe." And so he did make a point to say he wants a nice, friendly. He didn't want people to be uncomfortable.
Right.
So he made a point to say that, and that's good because it is his project.
Yeah.
And we didn't see him throughout the project micromanaging anyone.
No.
So this was his moment to just say, "Guys, listen, I've let you, do your own thing. Please just do this for me now."
And
Just do something that I want.
He was a leader when he needed to be, like when Adam made suggestions he didn't like or whenever.
Right. Whereas Clay, people have kind of said, commenting and things, that's his style is more micromanaging.
Well, tonight, I mean, he did tonight. It's like, I get his point, though, because there's a lot writing on this, and he has to know a little bit about, God, is that really micromanaging? I mean, wanting to know a little bit about everything that's going on.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No,
but
it's
I guess
just a
if he's
different
hounding
style.
people and making...
And he kind of had to with the people he was working with, just because if you guys notice, Aubrey tried to take over. So he kind of had to micromanage. Twice she tried to take over. Once with the party planner or whatever the guy was.
And she just comes right in. She
Trump.
has no qualms about it. Comes right in, takes over. And then it's like when she gets called out, it's like...
And then she attacks
what did
them.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm just trying to help you.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like, okay, we're not doing this. We're not, okay, no. Okay, so we were talking about last week's task, and then, you guys, yes, go.
I really want to talk about the commercials. The commercials they made.
Good.
Yeah, because...
Let's do that.
Because I think it was a big part of why Arsenio won. Because clearly Arsenio didn't raise as much money as Clay. Clay did a really good job at really getting a lot of money. However...
Okay, let's go into those. Let's talk about those, and then we'll go into the live boardroom.
Yes, perfect.
I was trying to do it like the show, and then it's like, okay, I was telling you while we were sitting there, it's like, this is so... Wait. Now we're live. No, wait. Now we're in the project. Wait,
confusing.
no. Which boardroom are we in?
Well, they kept going back and forth. They were doing a lot of cutting. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. Let's finish talking about their project.
So
okay, go, Kristen.
Yeah, Clay's commercial was from the heart. I'll give him that. Definitely from the heart. Very local commercial-y, like Mattress King kind of thing, where it felt low budget to me.
Very.
And I did like Penn's idea of which child is. What's the politically correct way to say? Okay, thank you, because I was going to say something not great. And I like that, but they didn't do anything more with it except just say it and show it.
Yes.
Whereas I felt like in Arsenio's, they worked with that idea of what's left from the 80s and brought it to life a little bit more, whereas Clay's was just stated black and white, and that was it, and commercial was over.
It wasn't very creative.
Right.
I mean, at all. And with all the drama that went on last episode, I was expecting a ton more with this commercial.
Right.
A ton.
High school kids could have produced and edited Clay's.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did look kind
video.
of...
Yeah. And I mean, Arsenio's,
it had no dimension. It was
local TV. It looked like a local TV commercial.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess Arsenio's, in a sense, kind of did a little bit too. I think the equipment they're using and the budget and the time and the money they're given. However, at least there was creativity behind it. So
Humor.
it made it endearing. Humor.
The point came across. It was endearing, like you said.
They had Magic Johnson.
Exactly. They had Magic
Well,
Johnson.
both of them, definitely, both of the videos, both of them talked about the project, the foundations.
The cause.
I wonder if it would have been better if Clay would have actually used... I mean, I know he's a celebrity and it is his project. Just like... Okay,
so he's like Magic in his own commercial.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's his charity.
Right, but I'm just wondering if he would have used some of his resources and brought other people in.
Maybe punched it up a little bit.
Yeah, something. Because I was expecting so much more of this. And it was... What they shot last week was exactly what we saw.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Where, I mean, I know with Arsenio's, it's like we saw that as well, but it was...
Why
was
brought
it
to
so
life.
different though? It was it was better.
There was chemistry and creativity and humor, and I think it really brings something to life. But when it's just someone speaking and telling you something like, this is what we do and blah, 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 it becomes like, third grade math class and you just don't want to listen and you're like, whatever, lady.
Yeah, I wasn't digging Clay's energy.
Yeah. It was a very downer energy. And that's when last week Ronnie asked, is it... did we mention Ronnie yet?
Ronnie's not here tonight.
We miss Ronnie.
He's at his sister's graduation. Hi, Ronnie, if you're watching.
But he asked last week, is it appropriate to use comedy? And I think it's yes. This is a perfect example of, yeah, you need it. Sorry. Otherwise, everything's going to feel pretty dead and monotone, like my voice is monotone.
No, it's not. Like Clay Aiken? You mean for Clay Aiken's commercial?
He was asking about with HIV AIDS, should you be doing comedy around such a sensitive topic? And this
but it wasn't about, I remember us talking about this. Yeah, they weren't talking about AIDS, though. They weren't making fun of it or making crappy jokes about AIDS.
Right, but my point is that the commercial shows that you need humor. You need humor.
I think for something like that, absolutely.
Yeah.
Obviously, you wouldn't use humor on Clay's. I mean, because that would be...
Well, it's kind of weird because he's kids. It's kids. It's kind of, you don't want to make fun of kids.
But
it's different.
They're developmentally disabled children, which there were no developmentally disabled children in that video.
Well, it was supposed to be you couldn't
they
tell.
Implied, that...
Because it's called the National Inclusion Project, and they want them all to be equal and the same. So we weren't supposed to know who, if anyone was...
See, the commercial didn't put that across.
Oh, wait. No, I thought I was just...
No, I think Kimlai is just a little slow.
No. Why wasn't I in that commercial? No, I'm kidding. I was wondering, there were so many normal kids, and it's like, but I thought they weren't normal, really normal. I don't mean normal. I mean, I know that's politically incorrect. I thought they were developmentally disabled. Yeah. They had some disabilities. Yeah. I think it would have been better if they used children that actually look like the children that were in that foundation. I think it's just like those commercials with dogs and cats. Yeah. And they always show you the ones that are beat up the most. And you're like, oh my God. You know, but it sticks with you.
Right.
It's like, work with what you have.
That's what Clay wanted to do, and Penn was against it.
Penn was against it because he said, I think that's playing on people. It's like disrespecting the disabled a little bit. It's kind of like showing it to be more, it's almost like you're taking advantage of the sadness that comes from it, and you should not... You know, it's like,
but you want your commercial to be remembered,
right? But Penn was saying it's a little bit
point across
of a low belt way to do, or like lowbrow way to get people to, want to help. Is basically what Penn was saying,
right?
But it maybe would have made more of an impactful commercial.
I think so, definitely.
Yeah. But I still do like Penn's idea because it was talking about the subject matter, but in a more creative way. So I did like that. But again, they didn't do anything with it. They just said it, and then that was it. So, and yeah.
It was just boring. Blah.
Clay's.
Kids throwing.
Right. And totally, I mean, I think that's really what broke Clay's opportunity.
Do you think it was the video?
It was the video, and I think
the presentation.
The presentation a little bit. But I definitely think the video.
Okay, in regards to Clay's presentation, what did you guys think about Debbie singing? Her singing with Dee, and we already know about Aubrey, so we don't have to go back through that one again.
I liked the song the Dee song that they sang. I mean that
was his song.
Yeah. And I kind of liked him because he sang it, so it's nice to hear it coming from him. But otherwise,
I mean,
it's just hard watching her.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, what's with the short dresses?
Short, and then when she was performing, it was short, and then
I thought we were gonna get a crotch shot, and you said it.
Crotch shot, and I thought her boob was gonna come out. It was just too much. She's just doing too much. Slow your roll, Debbie.
She's just a little deluged. I don't even know if that's a word, but
I get your point.
But we've talked about it a million times, and there's no other words I can think to talk about it.
Down, it's like,
especially with the dress.
Yeah,
and it being so. I just know
there's something really great about knowing your shortcomings or knowing your limits, and I think at her age, which she's not that old, but she had her career in the 80s.
Right.
It's at that age, just know the right volume to turn it down to.
It's not even an age
still
thing.
There.
I think it is an age thing because it's kind of awkward to watch an older woman jumping up and down on stage like she's a 22-year-old.
In a really, really, really short dress.
But even if Aubrey was wearing something like that, like where your crotch is about to fall out, you'd be uncomfortable and you'd be like,
she was kind of wearing something like that, though,
because
in a sense, though.
She was wearing a long gold dress. It was knee length.
Oh, it was long?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's different.
And when
it's
she
different. I don't know. I would expect it, or not expect it from Aubrey, but I would be
It wouldn't be as bad, but you'd still be like, oh, that's a little too,
well,
you're
it's
trying
almost
too
like
hard.
when a woman who is 50, she's not 50, but whatever. It's like if a woman's 50 years old and she's dressed, and you see her from behind and she's dressed like a 20-year-old, the shock value of when she turns around and you realize in that moment that she's not a 20-year-old that you thought she was from behind, it's like your expectations are higher for who she should be, and then they go so much lower because you're so dry. They're not met. Your expectations are not met from what you saw from the behind. So in a sense, that to me is like Debbie Gibson. It's like from behind, she's got her little.
She has a nice
blonde
body.
hair.
Maybe
she does.
her body.
She does.
But then she turns around. And it's like, grow up. grow up, and then
just, we're not
it's too much of a shock. But
I don't want to be a
woman
woman
hater. It's not hating.
It has nothing to do with being a woman hater.
It's not hating on her at all.
It has nothing.
Or the older ladies who look good.
It's just dressing appropriate, dressing age appropriately.
It has nothing. Yeah,
that's it.
It has nothing to do with hating women. It has everything to do with hating people that are annoying.
Yes, what do you remember about her right now?
Age appropriate,
her singing, no,
and
her
what
clothes.
you're doing. Like you're on Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah.
There's no need for all that.
No.
Keep it
I
classy.
think she would actually be prettier.
It's called Apprentice. It's supposed to be a little bit of a business type environment. So anyway,
okay, but
and again, it has nothing to do with
that is
lady
her
hating.
business.
Okay, just making sure we're not doing it.
Okay, we're off of Debbie. We're off of Debbie.
There's a lot of estrogen in this room right now.
I know. Okay, you guys, the live show. Okay, so another part of Celebrity Apprentice, it's all live. And so what we saw tonight was the second half of last week's episode, showing Clay and Arsenio and their, what do you call that thing that they're doing? Their project, their task. And then they have the live show where they are shooting live and they bring back some of the people. Did they bring them all back?
Yeah,
it was
brought
all
them
of them
back.
And again, this was the most Celebrity Apprentice ever. There were 18. So it was the biggest cast ever. So when they brought them back, they only featured, obviously, they all came back. But they featured Lou and Lisa the most, probably because they had the most sound bites. Yeah. And they said the most ridiculous things. I did not know that Lou said 110% so many freaking times during the show.
That was hilarious.
Or during the whole season. I had no idea. I don't even know what 110%
He said it
means.
110 times.
Shut up.
Oh, at least.
Are you serious?
No, I don't know.
Whatever. Whatever. But those clips, that was hilarious.
I was cracking up. That was so funny. Poor Lou.
And we have to do a shout out to Lou because tonight's, when was this? In November? But that when he appeared that night, he had just had the surgery where he could hear for the very, very first time ever without using an earpiece.
That's awesome.
So that's good. I'm not sure if that's good or if that's bad, but
no, that's great.
Now he can,
yeah, no, it's good. It's a good
just kidding.
Unless you like earpieces, then it's a bad thing.
And then we had a little issue. Okay, but wait, did you think it was funny? The 110, 110, 110?
I thought it was hilarious, and I liked seeing everybody back. I wish they spent more time talking to them and like getting more stuff out of them
and
instead of the cheesy performance that we got from Arsenio and Clay. The filler. Spend more time talking to the guests that are there. Like, Alina. Let's get more juice.
It's exactly like what I was because I was loving hearing Diana, what she had to say about Lisa when she's right there. And it's the time where they can be honest because there's nothing left to lose.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
So this is where you get all the meat. And I would have loved if there was even less footage of the actual task and just more the live show. It's what you want. That's what you watch.
You want
a
true reunion.
Spit about 10 feet.
And there wasn't much. I mean, there wasn't much at all. I mean, Aubrey did her usual. I mean, I think she took up the most time. Honestly, with her talking or answering his question, took up the more time.
Well, because it's always a lecture.
Else.
There's always like a 20-minute lecture if you ask her a question. But anyway.
And she kind of, sort of accepted responsibility for some of her shortcomings.
She is on, but
because it's a plan though. It's because, and then she's like, and
I made this a learning experience.
And thank you, Mr. Trump.
I'm just so great.
And go out and buy my new CD because it was just released, and I don't know how many I sold.
Did you guys notice how she rolled her eyes and did not even smile or glance at Diana?
Yes, yeah.
When she
every
sat
time
down,
Diana opened her mouth, she was like,
she wouldn't look over. Yeah,
so somber.
Yeah, but I wish we heard more from people.
Everybody.
Yeah, just in general. I wanted to hear more.
I thought Lisa and Lou, for some reason, I thought that they were going to battle it out. I think it was because of some of the edits that we had seen in past episodes. That this live event, that they were going to battle it out a little bit. I didn't know if maybe Lisa and Diana were going to battle it out. I totally thought Aubrey was going to battle it out with somebody. I was surprised too. There was hardly any.
You know what I wanted
it to
hear?
To interact.
You know what I wanted it to be like? I wanted it to be like Bravo's reunions with the housewives, and just go at it and cry.
That would have been nice.
You know what? Andy Cohen should have been there to mediate this.
Yes.
That would have been awesome.
That's what I was hoping for the whole time. I'm like, all right, when are they going to kick into this shit? Okay, because that's
what
want
I'm voting for too. I'm telling you.
That's what I watch it for, and it's like, people are like
the entertainment factor.
Yeah, that's the entertaining part. Yeah, watching them put on this great love fest of a party and sing a song. Oh, that's sweet, but really, I don't care. I don't really care.
They were saying today on Twitter and stuff that there's going to be this special performance, one time only, and I was wondering what it was, and then when I heard Clay come out singing, it's like, okay, Clay can sing.
I'm like, can they do stand up and sing at the same time?
Right? I didn't know Arsenio can sing, but he can sing, so he came out and sang. And I felt it was filler. I felt that I don't even know why.
It was filler that you'd put in Debbie Gibson's forehead.
Oh my God. Wait, who needed that tonight?
Debbie.
Watching
it was
someone?
wearing off.
It's like,
anyway,
oh my God, the Botox
gonna,
is wearing off. Oh my God, filler time.
Speaking of plastic surgery, though, and fillers.
Which one?
Diana.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys, did you guys notice how she looked different? Nose job, caps.
Yeah, she definitely has capped her two front. You can always tell when people have teeth that are not real.
When you are that pretty, just don't mess with it yet. You're 25. Just let it go. You won Miss Universe. What else do you need?
No. Her two. Okay, you were talking about the nose,
dude.
For sure.
I guarantee that's a nose job.
The bridge was like totally that flat, like
thin.
Yeah,
and then her teeth. You know, when your teeth, they're bigger. Her teeth are bigger.
Yeah.
The two front ones. Yeah. Because these are still a little crooked. And you can still see those look normal, but the two front teeth are crooked.
It's good to have a few imperfections to be a human being. She looked great before. I don't know why you would do that,
stunning.
especially yet. She's so young. But anyway.
Sorry to get off topic, guys, but I just had to.
No, it's okay. It's always.
Well, we all three of us were very thrown off as soon as we saw her.
Yeah, you could just it's an immediate. You could just tell whenever someone's had something done. It's like, well, you're looking first, and it's like, okay,
did you shave your mustache? Like that's what you'd say to a guy.
Something's a little off. I don't know what, and it's usually the nose, it's usually the teeth, or something they've had done to their face. So that would include everything, actually. Right. That was good. That was good. What did you think about Lisa? About the recap they did on Lisa, and why do you think they picked Lisa and Lou?
Well, first I want to say
there was much more funnier shit with other people.
First, I want to say I think I called on Lisa when I said she was definitely menopausal. I said that several times, and that she's batshit crazy, and she said exactly that. But I thought she was very funny about it. But it's like, oh, of course now you can laugh about it. But you know the hell you put a lot of people through. They probably have some scars from like listening to your rampages. So. Well, on one hand, it kind of annoyed me how she was so like funny, laughy about it, but it is entertainment. It is in the past, so you can laugh about it. And she's a comedian, so she pulled it off rather well, I thought. But it was kind of annoying to me.
She didn't really accept responsibility for it.
No.
She just kind of made it a joke and was like, "Listen, I'm menopausal. Get over it. I'm crazy."
Yeah,
but I don't know how serious she thought the call out was, though. I mean, when he called her out on this stuff, I mean, I think her being a pretty hardcore comedian. She's pretty, what's the word? I mean, she cusses a lot. She really...
Outspoken.
Vulgar. That's good. And outspoken. I don't think that she really thinks... I mean, she had that breakdown at the boardroom that one time when she said, I don't like to make girls cry, so I didn't come on the show. But I don't think tonight, I think it was funny to her.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it was funny to me.
Well, I mean,
but,
look at all the...
I'm not on the receiving end either.
With her level of self-confidence and self-esteem that she projects to have, it's like... That stuff is so just minute, these criticisms and things. And it's like she's making so much money and she has such a career going that why would this, bother her? It might bother everyone in America watching it, but why would she care? She's reaping all the benefits.
Right.
She's not suffering from it. She's only gaining from it. So
I just thought it was funny that Diana was there tonight to get back at Lisa. Like any comment she could make was...
Yeah, and I thought Diana did a pretty decent job at trying to compete with a woman who's a powerhouse like that.
Well, she was nice.
And Lisa was nice about it too. She would laugh and then Aubrey would roll her eyes.
They'll have Twitter wars or something.
I'm glad they didn't give Aubrey the floor anymore. I mean, I think that's... I do wish it was more of an Andy Cohen type of situation. Now that we're talking about it, I guess, I do. Because I was sitting there wondering, while we were watching, and it's like, okay, I don't understand why Clay and Arsenio are singing. I mean, I get that they're both
Lean on me.
I know. They're both so diplomatic. They played the game pretty well, obviously, to make the final two.
Right.
I mean, there was definitely some brotherly love. I mean, they played it right without any hate going on. But I didn't think they needed to throw in the Lean on Me song.
No, they didn't.
At all.
Cheesy.
They didn't.
And yeah, they definitely could have used that time to be doing more talk.
Yeah. And I wonder what they edited out of what they showed us from the conversations. It must have not been that great of footage because I feel like they probably used what they had the best of. So I don't think they were really the celebrities were given the opportunity at all to really talk. But behind the scenes is the best. When you're done watching a movie and they have like the short takes and the bloopers, that's the best because you feel like you're in it a little bit. You feel like you're one of them. And that's what this was an opportunity to do. And I think they missed that, to really feel like you're behind. And, and I would have liked... No, I don't know. I'm going to stop there.
What were you going to say?
No, I really genuinely have no idea.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really tired.
Is there anyone that you guys would have liked to have seen? I mean, I wish, or talk more. I wish I would have, what's the Gotti chick? Victoria.
Victoria Gotti.
Yeah. I wanted to hear her. I mean, she did have what was she?
She called.
Who did she call out?
She called Lisa and Aubrey out.
And she called one of them, when she didn't state who, a cartoon character. And they're not real women.
Okay, see, when she said cartoon character, you said Aubrey, and I thought she was talking about Lisa.
Oh. I would definitely say
well, I think Rude, Crude, and something else was.
Yeah, it was for Lisa.
Definitely Lisa.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, okay. So then cartoon character would be for Aubrey.
Yeah, it's
probably
like
because she has the red hair. And she's like outspoken.
She did, and her face kind of didn't move.
Yeah, and Victoria Gotti's also an outspoken person as well. But when you're trying to compete with someone like Lisa and Aubrey, and you're Victoria and you're on your own team in a sense, they're going to overpower you. And when she made that comment in the beginning of the season that she would love to have just been on the men's team right from the get-go, she got in a lot of trouble for saying that, and that's pretty much, I feel like, why Donald fired her, because she said something like, I want to, if I'm going to quit if I don't go to the guys team. And then as soon as Donald heard her say that she would possibly quit, he was like, oh, well, then you don't want to be here, you're out. But I totally agree with her, because it's like you have two armies. You have Lisa and Aubrey, and then you have Victoria Gotti. And it's like one of them's going to lose the battle. And I think Victoria lost the battle, but they're just as strong on, it's hard to be the minority when you're trying to fight with, whatever.
Yeah, I wonder
it just
if
seemed
this was
hard.
I wonder if this was the most
to fit in
cattiest
with
group
them. Yeah.
ever.
In that juxtaposition that they had Lisa saying, let's not be that catty group of women that just are mean to each other. And then all of a sudden they just, all the cuts of Lisa yelling at everyone. I thought that was pretty clever.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She is. Okay, so that's the live show. I thought it was really nice to see Ivanka. And it was Eric this time. It wasn't the other one. Donald Jr.
But this is how important their lives are, that during this taping, Ivanka had to pull out her cell phone. Like, that's how much she has going on in this world, that she needed to pull out her cell phone.
That was for Twitter.
That was for Twitter. Did you hear?
live
They
tweeting.
said that. I was wondering why you said that.
Oh, I didn't know she was live tweeting.
Because you had mentioned it was like Snooki or who? Wait, who was that?
Christina Aguilera.
Oh my God, did I just say Snooki thinking it was Christina Aguilera?
She's the blonde version of Snooki.
Oops. But yeah, no, they said, yeah, no, I hate when people do that, and I just did that. Yeah, no, but so they were saying that they're live tweeting right now, which of course is back in November.
Never mind, I didn't say that.
And her and Eric both were tweeting. That's why it was she.
Oh.
And they had their Twitter handles.
I was like, come on, chick, just take a break, take a day
off. I was wondering
off.
why you said that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Like, wait, they're supposed to be tweeting. What?
Yeah, I had no idea.
And Ivanka, I don't know. I said this to you when we were watching it, and it was weird because I don't know why it was like such a big deal. It shouldn't be such a big deal. When she looked over and she was like, "Oh yeah, this has been such a great whatever, Dad," and I'm like, "Oh my God, she just called Donald Trump Dad."
Because they don't seem like loving human beings with each other.
She has never called him Dad the whole season.
They're too strong to have to depend on a father or something. So yeah,
it was so endearing.
It's usually a very cold, sterile relationship that we see.
Right.
And I get it because it's a TV show. They're not there to have a reality show about their lives. So it's nice when you actually see that human side.
But when you see rich, like these families that are so successful and rich, it's like I picture them to not have any loving relationships at all together.
Because
or
it
with
seems like
anyone.
she'd be a loving mom.
Oh, I'm sure. But I think it's
and I like her better
now.
without hair and makeup done.
Yeah.
Tonight was like, what was going on?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
She's a natural beauty. She doesn't need much.
All right, you guys. Well, listen, thank you so much for listening to us. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to go live to You Are Fired, the boardroom on the stage. And then we're going to do some shout-outs and some predictions for the next season.
Hey, guys. What's happening? We are the America's Best Dance Crew ABDC After Show coming to you guys. We watch the show every week just like you, and we go every Friday to the set to interview and talk to the crews behind the scenes and let you know what is happening behind the scenes.
Hey everybody, we are AfterBuzz Mob Wives Edition, the only Mob Wives after show out there. I'm your host, Adrienne Vera, with my lovely co-hosts,
Kevin Undergaro,
Grant Rudder,
Cameron Marston.
You guys can check us out every week. We have a lot of fun. We drink wine. We talk about the show. So check us out. We're also doing the Big Ann Show. So tune into that and Mob Wives Chicago.
Hey guys, what's happening? We are the Game of Thrones AfterBuzz crew. I'm Dave Klein.
Bethany Jaber. Kristen Elizabeth Snyder.
Simone Boyce.
And we come to you every single week live Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific time, for we are kings of the Game of Thrones after show. And we have one thing to say. Oh, Shadow Baby. Oh, Shadow Baby. Oh, Shadow Baby.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Who you? Woo-hoo, we're back, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Celebrity Apprentice, Season 12, Episode 14. This is the season finale. Again, we want to thank everybody for going to iTunes and downloading these podcasts and sharing with a friend and leaving comments. I mean, we have such a great following on iTunes, and it's all because of fans like you.
And you guys, when you guys are doing your shopping on Amazon, like we all do, just go ahead and go to AfterBuzzTV.com and click on the Amazon banner, and you guys can shop from there. We really, really appreciate any support you guys give us. So if you're shopping, go to Amazon via AfterBuzz.
There should be a jingle. If you're shopping.
And if you want to shop for video games, you can go there. But I have a better idea. Rather than buying video games on Amazon.com, even though it would, be great for AfterBuzz, another thing that would be great would be to go to Gamefly.com/AfterBuzzTV, because you get 15 days free on Gamefly.com, which is like the awesome Netflix Virgin. It's a Netflix Virgin.
It is Virgin, really, right? It's so new.
We're popping that game chair
Virgin.
here.
Oh!
So
I like that. That was so good.
Thank you. Yeah, they have over 8,000 games to choose from, which is a huge selection. So if you guys are bored, go to Gamefly.com/AfterBuzzTV and get your games there. It's 15 days free if you're an AfterBuzz person.
Sweet. What do you do? Just type in AfterBuzz? I mean, do you think there's a promo code, or is it on
Gamefly.
our...
Kimlai, are you listening to anything?
Yeah, no, what did you just say?
Gamefly.com/AfterBuzzTV.
Oh, I knew that. I just wanted you to do it again. Okay, so let's go. Just kidding. Let's go to the board. I know. I think I just got fired. Okay, so the boardroom. No, wait. We're
live boardroom.
Yes, but you guys, when they did the flashback of the boardroom, flashback of the boardroom.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't the flashback. It was tonight.
Flashback. Yeah, it was.
That was live
because they were both on two teams.
Yes.
So it was like the old way to bring them both back in, have everyone there, give commentary, keep it a little interesting, and not just have Clay and Arsenio.
Nope, but that's where you were talking about, Aubrey, as they were all walking out. So that's where it started before it went onto stage. Yes.
That's where she kissed Clay.
Yes. Okay.
The reason you were maybe confused is because we've seen Aubrey interviewed in that outfit several times throughout the duration
I thought
of
she
this
said
season.
Something that she had said before.
And they showed that preview last week of her saying that. So it seemed like we might have already seen it, but it's only because of the wardrobe was like the same that we've seen throughout the season.
Okay.
With being the one-on-one interviews.
Okay, so let's talk about the boardroom. Not the live You're Fired boardroom, but the boardroom that was tonight with the two teams, Team Clay and Team Arsenio. So they were in there, and I thought it was interesting that he had just found out, Arsenio had just found out that Lisa had donated some money to Clay. We all didn't agree with that. We just thought it was a little,
tacky.
Yeah, a little bit tacky. She could have done it without actually saying it was from her, just because she was on Team Arsenio. And if they would have lost by, say, $10,000, if they would have lost by that amount, you could have easily blamed her. Did your opinion change tonight? Because Donald Trump thought it was a really good gesture, and it really showed her character.
The only reason my opinion would change is because Adam agreed with it. So if Adam agrees with it, I'm like, yeah, maybe Adam's right. No, I don't agree with it though. I
still don't.
I was surprised. Because, again, you could donate that money as soon as it's over, because you're assisting in Clay's win when you're on another team. That's just weird. You don't play in the Super Bowl for the team you're on and the other team that you're competing against. It doesn't make any sense. So I was really surprised. And I just will say I believe in my opinion that Adam agreed with it because he wanted to stay cool with Lisa, because they're both comedians and it's not worth maybe arguing over. That was my take as soon as he said it in my gut. That's just what I thought. Because I think I have very similar sensibilities to Adam in terms of his opinions on. No, I do.
I love.
No, I do.
So
I mean, like everything.
Kristen.
I think people are gonna be like, "No, you're not as cool."
Did you just compare yourself with Adam Carolla?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It's
well,
all good.
read my blog and you'll see.
I could be Diana. Just kidding. There was so not a comparison.
You could be Miss Town. Just kidding. That was really cute. I'm kidding. That was me.
Miss Tao.
Town, like she's Miss Universe of Town. I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
I'm kidding. No.
Okay,
but
so back to the boardroom.
I still don't agree with Lisa doing that.
I'm surprised that everyone, and then you can give your opinion.
I just think that she came from a good place, but she could have done it a better way.
Yeah.
Do it after the show. If you really want to give money to his charity, there's easier ways around it.
And I'm surprised. I really am surprised that no one said anything about it. But I'm wondering if people are just so worn out. They're so over
Yeah,
it. Just
it's
wanted to
kinda-
get
it's
to the
over.
final that who friggin' cares?
Who wants to start a fight over this
And
now?
it didn't make a difference
no,
anyway. So
because-
It absolutely didn't. Yeah, at all. So
Okay, I was so surprised when he gave the final numbers of who sold who fundraised, who got the most money. Arsenio had $167,100, and then Clay had 301,500. Because last week it didn't look like Clay had any money. Nobody was donating any money.
Beauty of editing.
I know. There was no focus.
Right.
No focus at all on the money. And this week, he kind of blew it out of the water. That $10,000 didn't even matter.
No.
That Lisa Lampanelli gave him.
yeah.
no,
You
and we
know,
kind of
so-
saw that during the task this week.
So I'm going to read
Yeah,
off what we
reversed.
got. Arsenio, Chris Rock gave 5,000. Jay Leno gave 2 checks equaling 10,000. Eddie Murphy gave 10,000. Jimmy Kimmel was something around 10. I missed it. It was
we
something
think
around
it was
10,000.
10.
And I said 5, so it's definitely under 15.
Mario Andretti, 10,000 cash. I think, I mean, I'm pretty tight on my pocket strings because I don't even have any pocket strings to be.
But
this I think
You
is
thought they
pretty
were cheap.
I think it's so cheap. I think it is so incredibly cheap. I
So
think
do 5,000, 5,000, 5,000.
It's $5.
Didn't
It's
Eddie-
$5.
Eddie Murphy gave 5, I believe, not even 10.
No, he gave.
I thought it was 5 too.
No,
But-
it's 10,000.
It was?
Yeah, I mean, unless I'm absolutely wrong, but I heard him say 10,000 as I wrote it. That's why I wrote 10,000.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm sure I'll get corrected if I was wrong. As
We'll
I
hear
just
about it
was. No, I'm just
tomorrow
kidding.
on
I
a-
do think it was 10,000 though, and I just think Clay's people.
We heard a lot of
Arsenio's-
20,000s from Clay's.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Arsenio's people seem a little bit more old school in a sense, like Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy. Like they're slightly like Clay's more new celebrity, so I feel like
But
people might.
It's bigger
is-
names on Arsenio, so you
But
would
they have
think,
nothing
like,
to prove, though. That's the thing. They don't need to get approval by donating $50,000 to look amazing in front of the country because they're
No,
already.
but the more money. I mean, if they're friends with Arsenio, $5,000 is not.
Well,
Or
Arsenio
10
is
grand for Jay Leno.
I mean, come
Like, he
on.
sent a blank check last time.
right that never
that
got
didn't
used.
cash.
Send the
Didn't get
guy
cashed.
50,000, Jay. Like, that's
And last
that
week,
his cheapest
it really
freaking
seemed
car
like-
is 50,000.
right? And he's got what?
I mean,
20
not
of
even,
them?
not even.
even.
It's probably more.
Last week, it seemed like his numbers, like, I mean, it's 100, 200, 300, 400, bless you, grand was going to be coming in. I mean, it just seemed like there's no way that Clay at all is going to be able to maximize the people he knows to get what Arsenio has, you know?
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean
was
that's
a
what you would
little-
imagine, but
I was a little bummed. I mean, 167, it's a lot of money, but it's like, oh.
Were you guys shocked though?
Wow.
But besides the money, there
Yeah.
was no discussion of like the presentation and parties really, or at least with the specifics. Because even in the live boardroom, they weren't like, "You win because."
Oh,
we
girl,
like-"
they had to get that special presentation duet in. And the Lisa extras
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
I kind of
Lou
wanted
Ferrigno
to. I wanted
extras.
to hear Donald Trump be like, "I liked your presentation, Mr. I like."
yeah, we didn't get any of that. I felt like
No.
the episode almost just like was cut off at like the shaft or something. Like it was just like bam, gone, and we didn't really get a lot of closure on maybe why who won.
You guys, they could have done so much more. Okay, so now let's move to the stage. So now they're on the stage, out of the boardroom. I could not chronologically keep this like in my head tonight. I was just like, who, what, when, where, why, huh? Where are they at now? So now they're on the stage and they're live with the rest of the crew, and it's just Arsenio and Clay. I thought because Clay had made so much money, I mean, I know his presentation wasn't the best. The branding was there in regards to the children. So if little, say 5 to 10-year-olds were going to watch it, it would have been amazing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
Carnival,
catered definitely to
singing.
his demographic, if you look at it like that. And Arsenio's was definitely
It's like,
catered to
what's
his
the demographic of AIDS? It's like hard to cater to them. Like,
Okay, so they could be kids, but I'm just saying Clay's is more catered more to children, and even in the video it was. So I didn't get how really the decision was made. I mean, Clay made more money. Arsenio did not.
I think Clay fans
Clay's-
will really have an issue with that because it didn't seem like was much of a justification, except that I think Donald likes Arsenio better.
Oh yeah.
I think
And
Okay,
bottom
so
line.
I
Donald
didn't miss
likes
something, or
Magic
what
Johnson.
did I feel like I missed something on why Arsenio was chosen.
Magic Johnson in AIDS has, this is going to sound really strange, has more of an appeal to a mass audience than the National Inclusion Project.
Well, and the Magic
Which is
Johnson
barely
is
even
national. I mean, it is more widely known.
It is, but it's in the know.
He's
more.
a legend.
He's a legend. It's a celebrity thing that's been going on for a while. It's hipper. It's hipper
and
to
magic,
be into supporting AIDS than it's hipper to be into supporting kids trying to get involved in clubs.
But
that's just the way it is.
But do you think that's why Donald? So okay, you know how most people's like, I want to be on Apprentice and I want to do this because you want that piece of Donald. So do you think that Donald did this for his benefit so he could stay?
He pays attention to relevancy, and I think
relevant. Thank you.
I think
good word.
Arsenio's cause is more relevant to the world than the national inclusion, even though it's an amazing, organization, I'm sure, and it's doing great things. It's not. We don't have to worry about that in Africa.
No,
it's like celebrities like to get involved in AIDS. Ask Bono.
Yeah, and it's just a bigger cause, a bigger celebrity name.
Yeah, that you can have concerts.
More exposure.
You can throw concerts for AIDS. You can't throw concerts for the National Inclusion Project. It's just a
well,
popular thing.
you could. Clay could,
but no one's gonna go. No one's going.
There's a lot of Claymates out
there.
there.
At the end of the day, if
not that many.
A lot of Claymates.
Trump favors somebody, it's a big advantage. He loves magic. He probably respects him as a businessman because he's an amazing businessman.
And I think Donald wants him to get a talk show again. I think Donald wants his success.
You guys don't remember
that promotion.
It's a success story. Donald's going to say, I got him back to where he is, where Clay's
It's because of this show.
Yeah.
But he also, remember when Arsenio said when they were each supposed to be trying to justify why they should be the next apprentice, and he said, I will take your name and I will, I'll fundraise for the rest of my life for Donald Trump, And Donald even asked him. I was surprised that he called him out. It's like, he is paying attention to the relevancy here, because I love that word, Kristen. I'm going to use it all the time. It's a relevant word for me to relevantly use right now. And when he asked Arsenio, he said, did you really mean that? Because a lot of people say they're going to do it, but they don't.
Right.
And so now he really has to do that.
Right.
I think he will.
So they're okay. Yeah. Okay.
First guest on Arsenio's new show,
Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then Donald Trump's in the media again because he's on a new show. It's like it's all they know.
And
how
I
to
might
work
watch
it.
him. I might watch Arsenio.
Oh, I'd give it a chance.
Now
I'd give it a chance.
I didn't really watch him before. I just remember the whoo that, but whatever. I didn't watch Clay either. But
now they say like who because they're actually asking who.
Oh, shut up! That's terrible. Is that what he said though? Who?
No. What's who?
Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so anyways, no, just kidding. Okay, so why don't we head to? You're looking some stuff up. What were we gonna find? What were we gonna finish with? We did the live. Oh, so yeah, Arsenio won.
Arsenio wins.
I'm like, wait, did we? You were just talking about it being cut off, and it's like, I feel like I just cut that off. Arsenio won. So, yay, we had our win. Thank you, Asian sensation. That was it. Yeah, okay, so that's it. So, and Donald Trump, well, wow, I just really missed all of that. Donald Trump is not going to be the first person on his show. He did say he was coming back with a late night talk show.
He's hoping to.
So there's that. Okay, we're going to do a few predictions. And I think what we're going to do is, who would we like to be on the next Celebrity Apprentice?
I want to see P. Diddy on the next Celebrity Apprentice.
Are you serious?
He's made like the most money in the rapping game. He started his own record label after being an intern. Starting out as an intern and then working his way up. So I think he'd be really entertaining, and but he'd never do it because he's pursuing acting now.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you? Oh my Lord.
Sick
okay.
name. Yeah.
Well, he might need Apprentice after when the acting doesn't work.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Kristen?
Oh God, I really don't. God, I don't know. It's like I try to think of celebrities that need something. They need to gain something.
Yeah.
And again, Arsenio was like the perfect type for this because he needed to come back. Joan Rivers, it's like that whole kind of thing.
Right.
And I'm trying to picture who needs a little bit of a comeback right now. Maybe Hugh Hefner. I don't know.
Is he still alive?
Yes, that would actually be kind of funny.
Oh my
Hugh
gosh.
Hefner, that's my vote. Hugh Hefner. I have no idea why.
No
I
way.
said him.
Okay, well, those right there are two moguls. Two major entrepreneurial moguls. So hello.
I mean, he doesn't necessarily need it, but get his name back out there. People maybe who haven't looked in porn, in some time want to get back into the biz and whatever.
I wonder.
Poor Hugh Hefner.
Okay, here I have one. Only
poor
because
Hugh Hefner. That's like a sentence that can never be said ever again.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, so I'm going to pick a girl. Just because you guys have both picked guys. And okay, I know someone who is getting ready to you know what? I think Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
I could see Ricky Lake.
A good one.
She did dancing. She did really well.
Maria Menounos, everyone.
I know.
We're going to see Maria
Menounos.
Maria. Not that she needs it.
But she doesn't need a comeback of any sort.
No.
Oh my gosh.
This is her.
But she is an entrepreneur, like AfterBuzz. Hello.
Right.
She's smart.
Yeah, I think though, like Celebrity Apprentice, if you need it, it's good for your career. If you don't need it, I don't think it's good for your career. So
yeah, that's why Diddy would never do
Maria.
it.
No.
Or Maria.
Exactly. All right, you guys, any final thoughts for tonight? Any final thoughts?
It was an interesting run doing Celebrity Apprentice. I mean, it was Sunday night, like opposite of every Sunday I've ever had in my life, which is stress. I'm just stressed about coming here every Sunday. It was fun. It was interesting. I'd like to do maybe, looking back, I maybe do a couple of little things differently. But other than that, I mean, you're just giving your true opinions and kind of following your gut.
Right.
I think it was kind of fun to just, be yourself.
Awesome. What about you, Alina?
Thanks you guys so much for supporting. I had a lot of fun. This was actually, I think, my first show with AfterBuzz, so it was really fun.
Yeah, I remember the first day you came.
Awesome.
And thanks for being so patient with me, and thanks to everybody who's watching, rating us, doing all that. Follow me on Twitter, you guys, at _Alina23, ALINA23.
And you guys follow my blog, sweatthesmallstuffwithkristen.com, and like it on Facebook. It's funny. I swear, read through it. Comment and like it on Facebook. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
and follow me on Twitter. You find my name.
What is it? At Kristen Carney.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. You guys, we also, before we head out, we want to do some shout outs. We've had so many great fans this season, and people were tweeting and people leaving YouTube comments, and we appreciate that so much, and it's been a ton of fun. So we want to do some real quick shout outs.
NASCAR Kraz,
Oh, yeah. I think her Twitter is at Love70.
Well, no, someone on YouTube, NASCAR.
That's
something.
the same one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, switch. Thank you for calling me out, and you were wrong. Anyways, so our Celebrity Apprentice fans, we have at CLM2440, Lynn IEG100, Dakota2424, Peachbriar, Watchtower, DDA1, Cookie Bruno, Michael Grant R, and because we love our fans, we're also going to give a shout out to LUV70s. That's her Twitter, or his Twitter. We don't know who it is. So anyway,
and
you
Ronnie
can follow
Jr.
And Ronnie Jr.
Yeah, Ronnie, we missed you.
Our season finale, but we know he's having a good time. So thank you so much. You guys can follow me at Kimlai Yingling on Twitter. And wow, this is it. We're ending our I'm a little sad. Thank you guys so much for checking us out, and we'll see you next season.
Thanks, guys.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, Go Arsenio!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.